good time of day, and welcome back to turn 71 of Kevin Without Wit ME Plays Humankind, our pacifist tech bro run. Yeah, this series has some conflicting vibes to it. Today, I'm more on the lethargic side. I was actually thinking I was gonna do some casual driving around BeamNG. But I'm thinking if we give ourselves the opportunity, this could be the more chill game. I don't tend to play these strategy games very chill, but I also don't tend to play pacifistic, so let's see. When I say I'm lethargic today, it's more motivation than capability, actual energy level. It's rare for me to have a low motivation, extremely common to have low capacity. This is the better mix, though, considering I had enough energy to get into the game. Now the game can give me or fuel the motivation. So I don't know how long it's been between recording episodes. I do remember the overall strategy. I just don't remember the specifics of the moment. So we've managed all the crises, I would say. We're mid-pack as far as the games go, and we don't know the score. So we don't know how many extra stars people got in the previous era. The number we're going to be watching the most today will be influence. So we have multiple things we want to do that are reliant on that. Yeah, overall strategy. We've solved the crises. We're going to keep just focusing on population growth. Getting those stars and just, getting a good foundation for the next eras. In the back of our mind, we're, however, going to be thinking about defense. As in this run, we're not allowed to create any military units. I don't actually know. Here's the button. Here's what I'm looking for. The Colossus is something we're keeping in mind. If we find ourselves in a position where we have the influence and don't have anything we absolutely need to create, then I want to be building that. Because those militias are our primary defense. The question is any of the AI going to take interest in this? I mean, if it just remains available for the majority of the game, it's not really a priority. So as far as other things we want to do with the influence, bringing this city into our empire. Why am I no longer allowed to... That's not good. I was counting on integrating their city and getting the 6 pop. But the people are in decline. What determines if they're in decline? Because I thought that didn't happen when you were investing in them and making deals. Because if they just vanish in 10 turns, then this isn't something we're going to be using our influence on. I mean, we'll be able to sign the deal within 10 turns. Or not, because they're in decline. So, if interaction becomes impossible at the point that they're in decline, then how do you take them out of decline? We're going to pull open the encyclopedia in a second. The other thing that's competing for interest is just the agrarian feature here, which takes a couple turns. So, I mean, this might be a better investment. If we just wanted this in order to grab the pop, then that gives us the pop. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it'd be nice to have the region that they're sitting in, but we can just go get that ourselves if they disappear. It's not the biggest deal in the world. How are we doing on stars? Yeah, we'd like to get one more territory before we head up to the next era. I was thinking we were going to get it from merging the city, or well, taking the city. I don't know how we'd build it or combine it. We definitely need to get some builder stars. So I want to keep working on districts. Figure out a way to get a territory. I mean, if we could find a way to get a militarist star, that'd be cool. We're not getting money. I think we will get a estate star. I'm sort of embarrassed we don't have an agrarian star yet. But we also already have like the highest population of all the empires, so the AI should not have any of them either. We have 21 pops total. You have 0. Nice. You have 7. You have a good amount. You got 20. You're keeping up with me. You got much better farming land. I say that. A lot of these tiles are just 1. They're keeping up. You have 0 people in that city that you're taking ownership of, having a rebellion. What's going on over here? You're having a rebellion. Fascinating. You have... Well, being the Huns, they're going to be hard to tell. Because you have to count the military units as well, but I'm not even doing that. So. Yellow has 10 people. Blue has 1. So, I mean, we got the majority of the world's population. You know, the era of famine is over. How come you're not in decline? Yeah, so I don't think the AI is getting any of the agrarian stars. You know, I created a cold map. That's a lot to do with it. Converted to 0 in 3 turns. Sounds ominous. Yeah, we're not worried about that. We're not even playing the religious game, so... We lucked into creating one just through sheer population numbers, but it's immediately going to be argued out of the world, pretty much. So. I mean, I guess at some point we could use the influence to assimilate you, but it's awfully expensive. It's a good region, you know, I want the science. Speaking of which, we're not at the end of the era quite yet. I mean, we research quick. I'm trying to figure, 10 turns, would that be enough to fill this? It might be. We have a lot of science. Okay, let's figure out how we could pull these guys out of decline. More so, if we could do that. I'm thinking I might have the influence to spare for that wonder. Though I'll probably do the agrarian pop first. Alright. Game concepts. Patronage. Invest money. Support strengthen. Patronage says that's supposed to extend their lifespan. I was doing that. Maybe it just takes more than one player to keep them out of decline, or it's because we started doing it so late. I don't know. Here's a full independent people page. It's not quite what I meant. I don't need the game content. I need the concept. So maybe it's because I didn't get the treaties as we were going up. I don't know. How come I don't have the... No. You can't be a pacifist unless you declare a white peace, huh? Interesting. Oh, setting up trade routes is how you get the merchant one. Oh, okay. So the reason that I sometimes just get that and don't know why is probably just because people are trading with me. I think it's a two-way. Okay. Yeah, so it is going to be a slow, chill kind of video. I'm guessing my Humankind content. Anyone who's watching this probably have it in the background. Podcast style, you know. A lot of my series have been going on, not as much rants, but tangents, talking about psychology and other things. I don't feel like I've done that with this game too much. Just make me play it even slower. Focus on the strategy here. Well, regardless of what I've done in previous episodes, today is a strategy day. I thought we'd already finished the embassy. I suppose we have not. So we do need to be mindful that we're not working on districts here, other than the embassy. That counts, I believe. So we're doing infrastructure projects. Is there anywhere else we would really want one of these? Yeah, I mean, there's reasonable spots for it. I don't know if I'd say really want. And the same here. So you're working on 2 districts. I believe we just have the fountain queued up just for the hell of it, basically. I don't expect we're actually going to be working on that. We definitely need to get the infrastructure out before we think about... Well, we need to get the farming infrastructure out before we think about... wonder. I think at this point, science is already bulked up by what we did in the ancient era. We don't need to pump it. We'll swing back to it in later eras as the population's high enough to make use of the infrastructure and so on. Money, I've basically just given up. We'll see. I think we need to build some market quarters for some of the civics. Speaking of which, something else that needs influence. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling. Oh, it is influence. Alright, so when I call it culture, I'm wrong. Okay. Sure. We don't need to focus on stability at the moment. But a lot of what we have is coming just from the faith we founded. So we got to keep an eye on that. That's on its way out. We're not fighting the faith war. We will manage our stability as needed. Yeah, picking this would be an easy way to boost either the stability or sacrifice it for science. I feel like if we pick something, we're going to get the one that everyone else has. Because that's how you play pacifism. One of the points I was intending to make when I started recording is that us being completely pacifistic and all that, even the weakest player on the map is a threat if we provoke them into war, but I'm not actually sure that's true. Conceptually, yes. You know, tiny army beats no army. You know, we do kind of sort of have an army, and they don't. So that's actually not a thing. I don't see any reason to stay on this turn. I don't know why.
Your empire becomes one of the giants,
ready.
astride the globe. And what will you do with this power?
No. Application is whatever. Alright, so we can relocate the capital now. We do have a civic that boosts the capital while harming the other cities, so there is a discussion. Commons quarters, oh yeah, that's how you get stability. We do need to build those to unlock civics. We don't need to do it now. We also don't have a lot of quarters to put them adjacent to. And ideally we want to build research quarters eventually, because, you know, we're trying to prioritize science as part of our theme. Yeah, I don't care about the customs. We can afford the wonder. I think we'll focus on this first, because I can do that next turn. Grievance forgiveness is always nice.
Not love or hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
Trying to get a leverage star makes sense. What does Alliance actually do? Costs me. Yeah, we've traded too recently or whatever with that guy. Alright, we're right up against 2 of the stars. So we're not behind. Brown's in the lead, but we're not.
It's not an easy climb, but it's worth it. Your empire is outdistancing others in glory and renown.
That's a pretty good sign as to where our fame is, even though we've disabled visibility of that. So I want more envoys on the field. I mean, you gotta build everything all at the same time, you know what I'm saying? The food situation is excellent. We can take you out of science. It's fun. Can we get that down to 1 turn? No. Yeah, you can go back over there then. We don't need any scientists. There you go. So we do need to be mindful that we can support the population that we pull in. I think you're in a better place to support right now. What does it cost to change the capital? Is that a construction project? Is that just an influence? Maybe we should look at the city that's not the capital to figure that out. Okay, it's just a button. I mean, are the cities dramatically different? What's the advantage of being the capital? You have 14 districts, 5 territories, 12, 4. I mean, you're just a little behind. The maximum population, that's hilarious. No one's going to be anywhere near their maximum population in this game. So you're currently getting... I don't know what the bonus is. I guess it would be from the Civic. Plus 33. You're getting the minus 10 stability from the Civic. I don't know what the merits are of changing the capital. I mean, I guess you want the capital where the biggest yields are. Or wherever currently requires the biggest yields. It's very fine to leave alone, especially when we're working on the embassy. I want to explore with the envoy, because as long as they're within a territory, they're bringing in influence. Cultural bridges 8. So as long as I don't step into neutral territory, we won't lose any of that. Because an independent people has high value, though. So again, I don't know that we can pull them out of decline, though. Would sending them an envoy do that? Let's look it up online, because the game wasn't helping. Great, I accidentally typed in Hyundai. That's not helpful. I'm gonna pause the video for a second. There. Doesn't look like we can do anything about it. So, that simplifies decisions. Worms, ew. Do we want to work on making friends over there then? Or building another city to the east or something? I don't know. I don't think anyone's especially threatening us this game other than some of the city-states. You got any good yields down there? Because, I mean, if I'm gonna... We should find someone who doesn't distrust us, you know? Some ideological proximity. I'd really appreciate if these guys didn't feel like attacking us. So, I mean, we could work on that. It's not cheap. Looks like they've been routing some other armies over there that went to knock them out. Yeah, I mean, if we made inroads with any of these guys, I guess we'd try to make them a client state. Oh, you're in decline already. So Knock's on the way out. Get knocked out. It's like, yeah, I made friends with these guys, and then did a little settling over this way, you know. I'd say I do want that territory, especially it does have copper and mystery resources, you know, all the good stuff. Fortunately, they don't like us either. Nor do you. Well, they're the hostile one. I don't know, do they attack each other? Or do they always just go after players? This is guy wanting.
Or hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
This is the guy who doesn't want to make an alliance with me, huh? This guy's a nuisance. No, we'll leave it alone for now. So yeah, it's like I want that region. I mean, it's border gore that I'm not filling this in, but who cares? I'm just trying to see if there's any other resources we want to chase after. Over there. It's a little too out of the way. It's not contested, though. So we could easily just settle that. That maybe is a long-term idea. It's not a current idea. Could also try to grab here. You got some unknown resources there. You're currently hostile. Yeah, there's a value in trying to change that. I don't want to spend influence. Two will get us there in 10 turns. That's a nice, simple thing. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't want to be attacked from the east. Ignore the peaceful guys and the Burgundians. Because, like I said before, we need one more territory this era. Now is probably the right time to go for it. And then I think it'll just be following along that coast. I mean, unless we just focus on rivers and food some more and grab this one. I mean, that one would be good for production. And we'd want to hit one of those farms out now if we're going to do it. Oh, there's a nice river over there. Yeah, if we grab that and drop one of those farms over there, that does make it a priority before we lose the ability to build those. So, I mean, these guys can start wandering over there. And they're done chopping. We're still going to use this next turn. I mean, we're doing a lot of things right now. And we're bleeding money just a little bit. Yeah, it'll handle itself out when we get more pop. What does a wonder actually cost? Can I see the cost? 250. That's not bad. So it's less than 2 turns of influence. Alright, back to you. Fortunately, you're not really doing anything that boosts diplomacy. The name envoy is a bit deceptive. I would love to send the envoy over there, but you're just gonna kill him, aren't you? Maybe I'll send you into Purple's territory. So you are very quickly expanding. It's fine. You know, as long as you're my closest ally, that's cool. Yeah, I think we can trust Purple. I mean, if we want to boost someone's culture, because this is a two-way street. And I don't want to be gibbed by the Hurrians. Maybe we just head on over into Green's territory, you know? I want to be picking up leverage. But I don't know what makes it visible, and I don't know what creates it, other than aggressive action. It's like I'm sharing maps with some of these guys, but I don't think they're going to mark leverage I can use against them on the map. Like, again, this is one of those vibes over gameplay mechanic type things where it's like the game says you're fully sharing the maps, but I bet there is a limitation there just for things to make sense, you know? Are you open to sharing maps? I mean, I know I said we weren't going to do anything this turn, but...
I think we can undertake a common venture. Do you agree?
My people will profit from this proposal. We accept.
My heart is warmed.
There's no reason not to be on terms with you. Yeah, he's doing bad. And he's friends with everyone, except us. We'll get there. I don't know what we're going to gain from it, but I'd like this guy to stay in the game. I guess we'll get your maps next turn. No. Does he just not have view of that river for some reason? How irksome. Yeah, he seems to be a Nazca, like we were last game. He's drawing the lines in the sand. Okay, don't wander down to the southeast of his empire. That's how you get gibbed. I think I'll just say that this envoy is not going to leave this land for a while. Yeah, you try to get some vision on that river valley. Maybe there's leverage down there. Really? Still can't see it. There's nothing there. I mean, leverage would be close to the border, if anywhere, right? You know, over there or something. Yeah, I can't steal any population from someone who doesn't have any. That sucks. One of those is stealing from myself. That's just going to be how it works regardless, though. So if this city steals pop, it gets 5. If you steal pop, you get 4. No, you get 5. It's the same number. Who are you stealing from? Who's Velsla's there? So I don't necessarily want to antagonize teal. That's going to bring online a lot of food anyway. Well, where can we put the people to work? How about that question? You can put a lot of people in farms. Or you can only put a couple. So yeah, I mean, the capital's more developed. It has more room for workers. You're both full at industry, so I can't do anything there. You're going to get another farm, and you're not, however. So I feel that there's merit in pulling people in here. I can't explain my reasoning, I'm afraid. Well, the fact that I'm not antagonizing teal is reasonable reasoning. I don't know if pulling the pop away from the city-states matters in any way, so I'll say it doesn't. There we go. First agrarian star. We'll have to see how far we are from the next one. Food is going to become an issue. Actually, it doesn't have to be. People just aren't working there. Okay. Not worried about the science. I mean, we could sacrifice the pops to do that, but it seems a bad deal. Yeah, we want the irrigation online. Perhaps more so than the embassy. Actually. We can afford to fully load that. Yeah, we doing the micromanagement over here. I can't actually afford to scale that up. It's just one more. I'd say it's fine, though. I'm not using the money for anything. Would they attack an envoy? You'd take 2 turns to make an envoy. You would take 1. I want another envoy, and I want him now. I don't know if we get into that wonder anytime soon. I don't know if I care. That's a challenge. I don't know how doable it's going to be to get it to silver. We will try. Some gold. Is there anything we might want to trade
It was not
for?
love or hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
The fact that you had 2 resources is actually good for you. You don't got much any territory, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You have my ear. Tell me what you wish to discuss.
yellow only has 1 luxury. Interesting. And, necessarily gotten the best settlement spots over there, have you?
What do you want now?
I don't know that +5 food has much value. I don't know that 6 more science has much value. An extra food per farmer. Pretty good. Percentage is pretty good too. We got to stick to the trade routes we already have, though. Instead of setting up new ones. Rhetoric. Hopefully my industry's good enough that I can catch up on the science infrastructure later. Would like to have the theaters. Yeah, I mean, we're clearly getting to the point where we could go to the next era. We definitely should not. You have finished the big farm, which I believe is this one. You're going to be working on a regular farm. So technically in 6 turns, we could pivot if we had another outpost online. I don't like that they're wandering around over there. That's gonna be my territory. Takes forever to get to. But we gotta choose where we're gonna want to settle here too, and not over on the coast. Obviously up here somewhere. Maybe like where he's standing. You can keep chopping. So, I mean, technically 6 turns, I'm willing to start building the wonder, too, depending on what direction we go. You have your new envoy, who I will risk sending over there. Yeah, you have done excellent chopping. I think you'll have to go up there to continue. I don't love leaving that unguarded. It's not the worst thing in the world either. Yeah, I think it's definitely the right move to do whatever we can to become more friendly with these guys. It may even be worth putting in higher effort here. I want to keep shooting for the stars, though. So we'll just be patient. Mr. Scout. Where are you at? Versus... I think we can get to that. Grab that one first. We'll get one of them. You're kind of just wandering over here. Looking for something to do.
How do you do? In every sense of the question.
Not on terms with you. I'm fine with that. You know, if you want a non-aggression pact, we can do that.
I think we can undertake a common venture. Do you agree?
No, not acceptable.
Very well. Have it your way.
You know what? We should be proposing things just for the sake of generating leverage. Imagine having a war over non-aggression.
It doesn't matter. It's over.
I'd say that's probably more common than you
How
think
you
it is.
keeping, Chief?
You want to trade everything. That seems like the thing you're most likely to refuse.
I think we can undertake a common venture.
Guess
Do you
not.
agree?
For you? Gladly.
Happy tidings.
Seeing you always brings a smile to my face.
Does it now? Yeah, I'm sure he'd love that one. How about some cultural exchange?
So, what do you say?
Wonder why.
I'm not interested. Not at all. No.
This is your choice? Really?
Oh, I didn't get a grievance for that? I guess once you're already allies.
Have a seat. Have a glass. Let's get to know each other.
I think we can undertake
Well,
a
he
common
wanted
venture.
that.
Do you agree?
I'm happy to consider what more we may do together.
How unfortunate. I wanted him to refuse.
What concerns you today?
Diplomacy is a hell of a thing, isn't it? It's like make deals you want someone to refuse for the sake of publicity and leverage. Yeah. That's cool. I don't think we're going to get 5 refused deals that we can forgive. 10 more districts, huh? That doesn't sound very likely to happen. So let's try to get 4 stars at least before we go forward. That's completely worthless to me. I believe this is as well. It's just a military tech. I guess at some point we could have made some horse scouts. We're gonna begin all this tech faster than we know what to do with it. Let's actually do that in the opposite order. They're both useless, but whatever. Let's try not to take so long to get the stars that we run out of science. Achievement. 50 curiosities over several games. Yeah, okay. Oh, you become the Mongols, huh? Well, I'm glad we're not living near you. Because, yeah, that's a smart choice for them, because they are boxed in. They might be in the lead, but they definitely want to push. I don't know what the situation with this city is. Like, why is it not fully yours?
How do you do? In every sense of the question.
They're definitely playing military. This is the violent coast down here. Can we get something other than gold from these, please? I don't really so much want gold. Oh. Are they hostile? No, not to us. They're not. Okay, good. That was a concern. Hopefully nothing's changed. So we're not fighting off 2 guys. I mean, if Brown's warmongery, then being around here to pick up leverage isn't a bad idea. There's probably also some good leverage over there. Maybe we should wander into Yellow's territory. No, I don't think we're going to be doing that. Besieging. Oh, you two are at war, are you? Eh, not my problem. Glad I got my envoy out of there. Although maybe there's some leverage around here, so maybe we should have had the envoy there. I don't know. Anybody chopping trees or doing anything interesting like that? I'm gonna grab another envoy after that. We already saw that. Looks like Yellow wants a deal. Go ahead and buy that. Get into the industry, please. There. I am burning out already. I don't think I've been playing for too long, only 5 turns, but it wasn't just a motivation issue today. That sucks. Brain injuries suck. I mean, they'll probably drop some curiosities when they evaporate up there, right? So I always forget how zoomed in you have to be to see the leverage. So if you're too zoomed out, it doesn't show, which is very irritating. What would you like, Yellow?
Hail, friend. I have a notion which would benefit us both.
Yes. You have my attention.
Sure.
How can I say no?
Oh, well played! Well played!
That man literally like, I appreciate your strategy of doing what I want you to do. I mean, you make an alliance with him. He's friends with all the power players.
So,
Yeah.
what do you say?
Glorious! Glorious! Let it be so.
My heart is warmed.
Signing an alliance gave me a grievance.
So wonderful to see you.
Against you. I mean, I don't really care about your war. I mean, it's kind of your business. And I don't know that it's in your power to stop the war. So.
Water under the bridge.
This face is me trying not to laugh at you.
Nope. Not even looking at that right now. So 13 pop. How can we get 13 pop? I need to pop them out real quick. That's how. 4 more bursts of leverage. It's not impossible. We have a lot of influence now. Is it time to get to work on that? You start the... Well, this city can't work on the wonder. So the wonder has to be built here because that's where the coasts and everything are. But if we get something in the production queue, the other city can just work on it on your behalf, right? I believe that's how it works. So that's mine. Alright. So the wonder boosts adjacent harbors. So if at any point here in this game we were to build a harbor, which isn't impossible with that food, then it would be up there. So the Colossus needs to be adjacent to those locations. Or on one of them, because it looks like it gains food and everything for us. I didn't know it did that. I thought it was just the wonder for its own sake. So yeah, so there's no rationale for putting it in the lake. It looks more aesthetically pleasing out that way. We'll do it that way. You'll get your envoy and then start working on that. Excellent. It's got a weird glow on it. Good, I got a grievance for some. I do love to be forgiving.
It has been too long, friend.
An unjust rule? Is that because we got cultural domination over him?
It doesn't matter. It's over.
I am most grateful.
That was a very long-lived war that's now ended. I'm guessing Brown has completely seized the territory, yes. Yeah, there's definitely an AI starting to run away. That's scary. They're in the medieval era and already halfway through the stars, too. I think they have good population. Yeah. Runaway AI is a problem. I don't know what we can do about it right now.
Hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
Do you want the alliance yet?
So,
Yes.
what do you say?
Good.
This is
Everybody's
pleasing.
friend.
I am content to join together on this.
Good.
Wonderful news.
There isn't really anything we can do about the runaway AI right now. And we don't have to worry about surviving them either. So we just have to be better. If we can, over the eras, try to build an alliance that keeps them surrounded, I suppose is the word, then that's good. But our capacity to change anything is limited, and good. No one built anything over here. They were just scouting. It didn't really seem that they would settle that far away, so glad they didn't. The priests of nature. Large number of farming districts, blossoming of knowledge. The empire is at peace and stable. Well, we're not doing combat strength. So we will boost food, actually. That's a good one. We do have enough to take a civic. Stability is excellent everywhere. I don't know if there's a way we could get the money to buy that. Is there anything here that's going to help? Cheaper treaties is nice. Surely nobody would really get mad about this. That'll boost industry if we go that way.
They may have more to offer than just their weapons. Assimilation does seem practical.
I don't know that actually gave anybody grievances. I don't know. Did it? No. Is the game lying?
Tell me about yourself.
I don't know if we're even going to need to isolate Brown, really. I mean, if we can just have a higher score, then we don't care. We probably do not have a higher score, though. Ooh. That is such a honey trap. Right, you were going to go observe the war from whatever qualifies as a safe distance. It is bleeding over into my land a little bit, but it's fine. It's just a thing that happens. Is there any juicy leverage down here? Supporting yellow would be very much in our interest. I just don't know in what form support takes. I don't want you getting gibbed. If brown eats yellow, then suddenly we do have an enemy just to the east. I mean, we're not that close still, but there's nobody else threatening us unless purple decides to be a traitor. And are you loyal? I thought you were loyal. You're risk-taking and an adaptive. That's not what I wanted to read. Let's assume they want to maintain all their alliances and not be a traitor, huh? How is the culture going? They seem to be spreading, which means we're doing rather good on that. 23 turns. That's a big commitment. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get 12 more pops. Yeah, that's pretty difficult, isn't it? I don't quite know how we would accomplish that. How quick are we growing? Not terribly bad. I mean, we'll be getting pops. People keep sliding into the science. Focus growth. As the question is, does that carry over? Because I've been setting it so that if it's one turn, I don't have any extra people over there, but that might be the wrong way to look at it. I definitely don't want to take anyone out of industry either. Yeah, we'll be able to do that again in a couple turns. There's no leverage down there, really? Not even a little bit? Very unfortunate. There's some money. Alright, we can rush some out. It's not even expensive. 14 turns if the cities are working together. That's not terrible. As long as it doesn't slow down the food production. I mean, should this be just a long-term project that I pick at? I mean, it is going to give us like 20 food. 20 stability. The city does need that. The militia stuff does appear to be empire-wide. Right, you are going to have to spit out another one of these. It's not critical to have it in that territory. But over there, we are going to have to get one. Again, here, I think this city's done building these. That's fine. We don't need commons quarters. We don't need research quarters. I mean, the only question is, do we want to build for the sake of unlocking civics? That needs 5 market and 5 commons. It literally requires building things that are unintuitive to have right now. City watch and all that's not relevant. 10 units, what war is never happening. Military star, no. 3 commons quarters. Doable. But not important. We'll get that when we go up to the medieval era. I think we're on a good schedule for getting to the next era. Alright. Yeah, they don't like envoys. At least we got the chance to flee. If we're lucky, we'll find a way to sneak over to Yellow's territory, but realistically, we're gonna get chased down. Oh yeah, you can keep chopping. That'll help. Every little bit helps. Fortunate that you're not chopping right now, but
Over this way.
got other things to be doing. Yeah, purple's gonna be destroying teal. That's just a given right now. Here, you want me to send units over here? How about a diplomat? Will that help? Maybe I can negotiate their surrender for you. I'm hoping purple is less warmongery next era.
Keep moving. Over there. Let's go.
You were headed this way. Look for some interesting ruins. Speaking of ruins, you're not long for the world. You're over here with nothing of note to see. It's unfortunate. I was really hoping there would be leverage somewhere. Our envoy's just not able to deal with leverage. I don't think that's the case. I don't want to go through Brown's territory, but there isn't really a reason to go wandering, is there? Not really. If anything, you should go hang around on the border. Mounted warfare. Ah, good. We can get rid of that aggression now. Do you have anything I want? Not really. I mean, I want peace. I guess that counts. Did I want anything beyond that, though? Probably eventually, but not enough to keep the envoy around. So we can scale back on our gold there. You're getting awfully full. How much would it cost us to just purchase districts? A lot. Might be able to afford a granary, but nah. Yeah, I'm getting worried about the pop filling up. It can only go into science now. We need districts. That's a problem. This is where I would start building market quarters. If I wasn't already working on something. I'm trying to figure out how I can rush that. I don't think there is an answer. So we're about to get the estate. So gotta get the leverage one.
Friend, it is good to see you.
You don't even have any trades going with you. See if he'll do this.
Come. Both our peoples need this.
No, it gives me that.
Give me a moment to think, friend.
leverage.
I hold no grudge.
You look different. Did you change your hair?
I bet you don't want
I
this.
think we can
You do.
undertake a common venture. Do you agree?
Why?
It has been too long, friend.
Somebody refuse me.
I think we can undertake a common venture. Do you? I hold no grudge.
I am most grateful.
Did that get me the leverage star? No. It should next turn, though, right?
Well met, as always. It pleases me to have news of you.
So, what do you say?
My people will profit from this proposal. We accept.
My heart is warmed.
It's good. I mean, having the acceptance has
It was not
value,
love
too.
or hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
Let's not propose an alliance with him. That's a big gamble. It's like, I would really, really want him to refuse that, and I'm not entirely convinced he would. I mean, that city's about to get sieged, so maybe we just walk across the border. I don't want to get caught in that. Where was the city? Was it up there in the hill? Must have been. I mean, you can get over there safely now, no problem. Would you be better served over here, though? I don't know. I think we're fine to scoot over there. It takes a long time, though. Oh, I'm not going to be ready to go in 3 turns. I don't love that. So we don't even have the outposts, let alone have started on the next farm. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. These guys are, however, doing a very great service for the Empire. Okay. Why wasn't I chopping over here? Oh well. We do want the industry right now. Hmm. 2,800. That is expensive. So I mean, these 3 guys combined are just doing 1 turn of industry from one of the cities. So I mean, the tree chopping is losing its usefulness. Unfortunate. It's almost as if we don't have the infrastructure for this. It's fine. We're going to get the estate star. We should have got the leverage one. I don't know why that didn't work. It's like, maybe there's a maximum leverage value. I need to check that. I think getting that agrarian is going to be very important to winning this game. I'm concerned if we don't get that. We're still growing. but it's slowing. I mean, this will be good for bringing in industry. If we put it there, it gets 13, but I think we might lose that science permanently. $15 there. I do like 15. Yeah, cool. Alright. I guess once that's built, we can get ourselves lead. Why was I thinking it was silver? Yeah, it's a different resource. Yeah, I still want it. There's the diplomat star.
30 leverages. Next, you'll be looking for something to use against me.
What do you mean 30? It's more than 30. How long would it take to get another Estate star? More than 10 turns, right? 200 leverage. How do you acquire that much leverage? I don't really understand how to get those stars. 7 pops, definitely achievable. Oh, you're the one who's being finicky? Whatever. It does not bother me at all. We'll be able to use this again soon. I don't love that we're not going to be getting our special farm over here, but I'm not sure it's a big deal. I mean, we got plenty of other places to build. Just because this territory is in our empire doesn't mean the entire thing has to be useful. Even if we go chop down those trees and make it less useful, I'm not particularly bothered by that. Though I don't think we should, because we'll probably want to build a maker's quarter over there. So be mindful what we chop. We can grab that territory too. I mean, there's an argument to building another little city, not here per se, but well, if we had the river. But I think we're trying to play tall this game. Seuss is going to go away in 5 turns. And that territory will be opening up with those resources. So we're going to want to grab those. Not go down south just for another lead. Yeah, you'll be just on time getting over there. I don't quite know where we're going to want to build, but do that. We can pop the pops and we'll get that star. So we might be probably starting the next episode, going to the next era. I don't know that I got the thought capacity to pick a civ today. Yeah, we've already been playing for an hour and a half, so yeah, it's fine. If we can get to like turn 85 today, I'll be happy with that. We'll see. Everything is adaptable. Are the Urks generating any leverage by irking anyone? Because that'd be a fun thing to say, you know? Irk, 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 irk. Nah. Doesn't really feel like anything of any notes going on. We don't want to wander too far away from here either. Where's the best spot to stand for visibility? I mean, I guess we can be in Teal's Land. How did you defend that? Is he just being overcautious?
A great mausoleum has been built. Perhaps the next question is, whose body goes inside?
Can't believe nothing was generated over there. I mean, maybe I was just too late to see the leverage.
Don't be discouraged. You are not one of the leaders of this competition, but you're not out of it yet.
Yes, I've lost first place, but the fact that I was in it to begin with. Brown's just gonna be a runaway AI today. Not much to be done about it. We need our influence, so I'm not gonna spend it stupidly. These envoys, the micromanagement becomes obnoxious. Mostly because there isn't necessarily a reason to micromanage them, but I do it anyway. As everyone's just wandering around in our land now.
If I cannot teach you wisdom, I will teach you regret.
Well, that's not very nice. You know, whatever this is, I might actually be able to demand it from him. And I'm much more powerful, even though I haven't made any armies. That's funny. There's leverage. Just out of reach of it. I guess that generated leverage because I can ask him for it. Why would I even want this? Is there any particular value to this? Not really. It just caused me diplomatic problems. You can keep it.
What's done is done.
You are neither
That's a lot of
interesting
money.
or dangerous.
Did he just buy something from me? Yeah. I'm rich.
Not sure if you should be respected or dissected.
Yes, it is good to see you. Come take a glass and a seat.
So 2 turns we can do that. What do you got? Swamp fever. That's not good. But during the construction of the city, that was like thousands of years ago. Come on, man. Oh, my money. Oh. But population. Uh-oh. I think we gotta spend the money. Man, game punishing me for having cash. If that just gives me science at the end of the era. What if we do this, though? I don't want to spend all the money. I don't want to gain any, like, faith thing. Assuming that doesn't just give me a negative consequence. Just...
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
Okay. I mean, we'll get more money the second we have things to sell. Like, watch our money. It's 350. And now it's 358. I thought we were going to get more than that. Oh. No, yeah, we don't want to make that a city. Yeah, we can build a harbor and then merge it to the... That's not a very good harbor. That'll count as a district, which makes everything more expensive and so on, and then it doesn't give enough food to be worthwhile. Copper mine has some value. Does anyone want to buy that? No? The outpost is good for 15 industry, 2 food. Every bit helps. Actually, it really does, because that gives us more spots to put pops. I forgot that outposts give you 1 of each. Where'd the stability going? That's not great. Why is the stability going to plummet? Yeah, they're gone now. Rest well. Maybe we'll get mountain crazy again in the next era and want all these territories, huh? Build it inwards instead of outwards. I don't know why attaching that was such a disaster for the stability, and that's not great if we also want this region. That fountain is suddenly relevant. You know, as is this. Fortunately, we don't have researchers because we just took everybody out of research. But we could put some of them back in, you know? That's fine. Not you. Alright, so well, we're doing good on the expansion. I don't think we want an expansionist civ, though. We're going to be there on the pod. We'll get it. We'll do it. There's nothing else we're going to get, so... We're quickly running out of reasons to stay in the era. We might be ready to go before turn 85. We don't need to finish that during this era. It's fine. Yeah, we're quickly gaining reasons to leave the era. We can afford that as soon as it's ready to go. 2 turns. Are you able to get that? Yes. I still don't know how Brown got ships up there. Or why. Didn't seem like it was a useful thing for them to do. The whole reason the AI is not going for that is because it's in deep water, isn't it? It's fine. You have stopped chopping. Great. Then it'll have to completely restart. Why did you stop chopping, Matt? Not loving that. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, we got over 10 turns in this video, despite me being called crap down. That's pretty good. Got a good amount of money. The religion thing's an issue. I don't know how we changed the state religion. Is blue even still on the map? No. Yeah, they lost that too. The game doesn't let players get eliminated in classical, so they're lucky. Kind of. I mean, there's no catching up that's going to be happening. It's not really all that lucky, is it? So they'll set up an outpost out in the no man's land. And Teal's probably going to get a feel for that too. So then it'll just be 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. I do wonder what Purple's going to do with all this land once they hit the next era. You know, the whole thing with the Huns, they can't absorb or make cities out of their outposts. There's no way you're going to be allowed to just keep that over there, right?
Well met, as always. It pleases me to have news of you.
You know, I can't afford another trade route.
Seeing you always brings a smile to my face.
It's a bit sketchy that I'm helping out someone who could definitely turn against us in the future. Oh, good. Science boost. Exactly what I wanted. Well, at least doom was averted. Yeah, we need to get into the next era. Gotta wait the turn. So whatever outpost we decide to build over there is going to be more expensive next turn, too. And there's nothing to be done about it. Yeah, it's like, if you want that, then just buy it. You know, you got access to it now. Is there anything we can buy out before we go up in an era? Buy an envoy. I guess people are going to be working in science, which as we go into the next era is not a bad thing. So we're going to pop the pop in the capital city. That's already decided. Fortunately, you do have people to steal over there, so we'll get our stars worth out of it. Is it worth buying out an envoy? I don't know. I mean, how are we only getting 8 from? Oh, cultural exchange is different. Cultural bridges. I mean, it's a way to get pops out of the city. No. It's not dumb. He's gonna grab that for sure. I do wonder why the stability hurting so much. Have I already grabbed that? We did not. Not willing to do that.
Learning is important to know where you're going, but it's good to remember where you came from.
Can't believe we're not extreme in any of the axes. Probably for the best right now. You don't got any leverage to steal. Send you back over there. You're capable of taking this on your own. These guys refuse to keep cutting the forest. I don't know what's wrong with them. Can you go steal that? No. Well, we are going to want these territories as we go to the next era, and we'll want to combine them to the capital city, not the one that's already getting overloaded. So we definitely want to build the outposts up in the mountains. We can chop those forests. Maybe they'll be more willing to do that. We're going to leave this unguarded. And we're going to split up. See if you can steal that, but I wouldn't count on it. I just put you there, did I not? Stupid odd boys. I know, I should just set them and forget them. You never know where there's leverage. There seems to be very little. Are there any territories about to be culturally conquered? I might get to those. Hunts. I don't know. That's what'll slow Brown down, though. They're not playing culturally at all. So they're going to have various issues with that. There's a forest there? Yeah. I don't know if I trust that that won't just get rid of the food indefinitely, you know? Why don't you head on over there? Alright, next turn will be the one we have to pick the culture, so may or may not do it this episode. Time to get us a star. I can reinforce my ally with what, an envoy? Fighting a city-state. Huh. I think he already won the battle, so... yeah. Forgiven. Yeah, he won. He fought the battle on my territory and everything. And down to 7 turns on the Wonder. That's pretty good. I mean, we could even spit out the embassy and come back to it. Doesn't feel like the most useful thing in the world, but you know, it'd be 3 turns if you did that. You're up to 15. Trying to see, it unlocks new actions of diplomacy, so yeah, I think we do want that. You can't actually help with it. The city-state's not dead yet, but I'm already here to pick up the pieces. Isn't that nice of me? Why aren't you dead yet? I know I timed that well. I'd probably want to be building over here.
Follow me.
Hopefully I'm allowed to trespass here. I mean, we got a deal. Should all be good. Yeah, you're still just sitting there. I'm about going over it there. Yeah, I mean, we already have your visibility, right? Oh, that's cool. How long would it take to get over there? Only 4 turns. I don't know if they would go for that. Sure. Head up that way. It keeps you busy. Keeps me from micromanaging them. We need to look at the other stuff. Cool, nobody actually grabbed that either. Alright. Drop a save. Played, how many turns? Got a little bit of gas left in the engine, so we'll look at the... Let's just make sure there's no stars. We can get like a turn. Nah. There's nothing. I'd say we did pretty good there. Be the second one to go into the next era. Maybe we'll immediately get some of the stars. I don't know. Did Brown sit around collecting stars, or did they just jump into the next era? Not sure how they played it. Fortunately, they took something I didn't want, so we basically got free reign to take whatever is most relevant to us. And we could stay as the Garamontes. I do like fame bonus, especially when we got a wonder popping out soon. Not that those are worth a ton, but yeah. So I mean, it's a simplistic thing to say, but this is our baseline that we need to find something better than if we're going to evolve it, or if we're going to change it. I really want to know how you're supposed to play these diplomat civs and collect leverage. I feel like by the end of Classical, you're already so far behind in the leverage stars, you're never going to get another one in the whole game. I figured, playing the Pacifist game, this would be the game where we get this. Or where we play these civs, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, we can kind of force leverage using the affinity action, but it's not that powerful. This one expects some fighting. I don't get it. I don't get how to play the leverage game. It's like the map needs to be super dynamic to be generating that much leverage. Coastal water, now that's one that we're not getting. Yeah. But I think this is from like the Pacific Islands pack, so a completely wrong map to be making use of any of those civs. Perhaps I should have disabled them, because the AI doesn't seem to be wise enough not to take the ocean-faring civs in the land game. Ah, well, we don't need to make the game any harder than it already is. So, picking a money-focused civ would be a bad idea. Especially an ocean-based merchant civ. Be a double bad idea. Military focused out. Money per alliance would be excellent if I was actually making money. Don't have enough horses to even think about that. We're kind of playing an influence game. We're not doing bad with it, but I don't want to focus on it. We have research quarters in the schools. So this one's okay. I mean, if we think about what the Empire needs, it needs more workplaces for the rapidly growing pop. But we can throw them in the research. That's doable. We got plenty of open research jobs. So having something that'll make more of those, sure, but maybe we want more industry. Maybe we want to keep going the food route. Maybe we want to do tech. I'd say those are our options right now. We could always, this one's, I wouldn't use the combat unit. We have a lot of trade routes and stuff going on. So we could pivot into trying to do some of the money, but at that point we're really been all over the place with this game. I don't want to try the jack of all trades. With the lack of religion, that's a no. We don't really have makers' quarters. We've just been settled next to mountains. Industry per adjacent river. I mean, we do have things on the rivers, and these do count as farmers' quarters too. So we've kind of been mountain and river. I mean, we could always pivot a bit into that and then just rip out all the infrastructure. Though the builder one wants us making districts. That slows down your science game. Yeah. There's worse decisions. Number of attached territories. I don't know that we've expanded quite enough for that. And I don't know how long we're going to be continuing to expand for. And we don't care about the garrison. Districts on a river, money, river. Industry cost reduction for adjacent districts, huh? This is the kind of one where if you're just about to pivot into developing. So it's well timed if we decide we want that strategy. I think we're going to have to review the map. See what we actually put districts down on. I don't think we need to. Science per alliance. It's fun to say. It's relevant to what we're doing. We have enough attached territories. Faith, we don't really care. We might stick with the civ we have. None of these are amazing. And this is just upgrading our trait here. So I guess, do I want to pivot into building? Do I want to stick science? Those really are the only ones we were considering, isn't it? Okay. I'm trying to keep it all in mind at the same time, you know. If I have to go back and forth into the menu, just... Well, it's been acknowledged. Whether you accept it or not is up to you, I suppose. Alright, so we have... I don't know that we've been building on the river. We've been building to utilize it. Distinctly different concepts. Yeah, you are on the river. You are not on the river. So the question would be, are we going to build on the river? And then if we do, adjacent districts are cheaper. So there's nothing that takes advantage of mountains. So we can roll that one out. You'll probably be building on a river. You won't be getting any building. Things, you know, like that's great, you know, if we do a whole bunch of development in the outskirts of our empire. The capital would literally just have one region that we'd be focusing development on, just kind of lame. So, you know, I kind of wanted to build up around these schools. What do we get here? Stability per district. Money and science per pop. Keep cities growing. None of the old bonuses really influence our decision. And honestly, this is the region I least want to be developing in, because it's the most vulnerable. So the capital would not be utilizing the river bonuses. So, I mean, I'd say my primary focus going into the next era is going to be filling up the research stuff, building the infrastructure. I don't see ourselves going district crazy, and if we do, it'll be like the commons quarters and the market quarters to get the civics. The farming situation feels handled for a little bit. I prefer that our primary star be science or agrarian. I mean, it's possible to pick something just for the bonus and not care quite as much about building any of that. I don't know that 5% science is really any better than 5% food. I can accept going without that. I mean, yeah, having special commons quarters, sure, but yeah. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I feel like, did we take Tyno the last game? That's what's really discouraging me, is just being repetitive. Yeah, too river focused. I mean, yeah, we can reduce the costs of districts, but again, it's focused on religious districts anyway. And we're never going to have any ranged units. I don't see ourselves building Baker's quarters. So I could do that. But I just want to focus on the basic districts. So we already kind of wanted to build another one of those farms, and we're like, oh, we're going to have to go in the next era without it. Maybe not. Yeah, let's transcend. That feels like the good call. I want to win the game. Winning the game is all about fame. We're still Garamantes. We made the decision not to make a decision. I don't even know how that works.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor. Not stopping this camel train? With such incredible farms and such skilled warriors, I understand why.
That's interesting. It must have a special dialogue line for keeping every culture, not just picking every culture. Welcome to turn 84. Now we also don't have to make a decision on which plazas to innovate either. So we just keep in the same design. $55 pops, that's ridiculous sacrifice. Oh, can we get that? Hey, go grab that. Yeah, you can be ready for that. Yeah, we'll try to get to turn 85. Yeah. Gotta at least play one turn on the new Civ, right? I like how I'm here, like, we moved eras, the whole world has changed. It's like, well, I moved eras. I haven't even played Civilization 7, like, where everybody moves at the same time, and I'm still, like, acting like that's it. How very ethnocentric of me. Is Civ 5 even worth playing? I don't know. I gotta play Age of Wonders again, is what I gotta do. I guess that's farmers' quarters in medieval era. Inherited land sounds dangerous for us to pick. So we're having a bit of an influence problem. That's good, though. Well, I don't know how Techbro we're doing at the moment. Maybe that part of the vibe is dying off in this series. You building red roof inns down there? Huh. Interesting spot for a garrison. I mean, I guess it is someone you need to defend from. Yeah. Let's just forget about the envoys for a turn. Other than this guy, he doesn't like to be forgotten about.
Over there. Let's go.
Just do a little fog breaking, see if there's anything cool in there. I mean, if you like nature, nature can be pretty cool. Oh, what a surprise. It's long gone. Yeah, well. Yeah, we got a whole lot of territories we want to settle in, and not much influence. No, we already saw that. So what are the stars looking like? Scary. We did not get any stars going into the era, unlike Brown, who immediately had 3 of them. What stars do you think Brown was getting? Can't enter the era with tech stars. We know they're doing bad on culture. I'd say they probably had a territory star or two, maybe a military star. I mean, if we go down there and take a look, see if the cities seem. What's a nematon? Commons quarters and makers quarters. Doesn't seem like they've been doing much development there. It looks like they're working on food more than anything else. They're not highly developed. 47 influence and you still having problems. I wonder if I should have put my embassy somewhere that it would be more surrounded by districts in the future. Yeah, I mean, my cities aren't well developed either, but I don't think the district star is what they were getting. Which makes me even more suspicious. Now this one's been well developed. Get 2 nematons. Interesting. What were you doing? Were you just going to cut that forest, or were you going to like scout here for anything? I guess you can chop that. Oh good, you can get 80 now. You got better axes in the medieval era. Good to know. Why are we still on buyout? Alright, the influence is stabilizing. The stability is influencing. How do you want to say it? Yeah, this might be the era of infrastructure. '20 science. I want the farmer's quarter first. Though I think we want one over here first. How long would it take you to just do that? Yeah, I mean, the Colossus isn't that important. The capital needs more farmland. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we gotta figure things out in the next episode. Let's see how overwhelming the science tree is feeling right now. What's this? That looks like a pretty easy first choice. And maybe this will be getting to the point where we want a third city. I don't know. Maybe we never want one. Can definitely boost our science potential. Yeah, we should review the map, see where the trade routes are and so on before we call it. Yeah, hamlets. Oh, that's a good way to get workers. Not sure we're quite ready to do stuff like that, if you know what I mean. So the war summon's the one that'll give us better militias. Is the spies. They do know who attacked their units if you do that, though, right? Oh, Prowler and Spy is different. Watch City, Siphon Districts. District siphoning. I do like doing that. Oh, that's the better militia. That's right. It was right there the whole time. I mean, just getting the food boost is smart. So we'll do that to get the spies and everything, unless we see something better over here. We could definitely sneak our way over to guilds. I don't hate it. Maybe the spies aren't that important after all. Oh, we don't have Absorb City yet. I thought that was a default. Yeah, district siphoning is going to be useful. We'll set the tech up that way. Goodbye, city-state. Hello, free stuff. Well-timed freebies. So, science... Extra science per research quarter. We got a good few of those. We could build more. Why is that 12 turns? Oh. The cost for the embassy went up significantly. That sucks. I blame you, dear viewer. It's all your fault. I think the Colossus stock should be giving us more food than the fancy farm. I forgot that it was doing that, because it is also something that picks up yields. Yeah, that'll keep our construction busy for a while. This is unfortunate. Who's asking me for something? 4 idle armies. Oh, that's where blue is set up now, huh? Great, you're actually going to be a potential threat if you decide to be. I mean, there's still plenty of space between us. If green wasn't clearing that out, you would have made a bad mistake. They are. Guess you can just row your boat around up there. Why not? How affordable is that? Quite, actually. How bad is the terrain, though? It's real bad. You know, if we build something over here, there's already all these quarters built. Huh. How quickly do those go away? So this is just deactivated and decaying. I mean, they didn't build them in good spots. But I also didn't know that that was a thing. Preserve quarters. Two and 12, 2 and 13, but it takes longer to walk to. You know, now that we can still build our special farms, this actually is a good territory for us. Build that, please. There you go. So that has stopped decaying. So we got some free quarters over there. Portland. No, not Portland. Interesting. Alright, well that's mine now. I claim the North Coast. I'm just trying to be fit in with the cool kids. I have my own coastline. All coasters. Whatever.
Here is a proposal to get your heart racing.
A most intriguing offer.
I'd prefer if my heart wasn't racing, but I have no use for military logistics, right? Well, that's not entirely true. Just once I get the spies. Are you willing to pay for it, though?
Sweeten the deal.
I am angry, and this does little to appease me.
How has this come to pass? How?
I like how we somehow have comparable military to some of the AIs when we're not
Friend,
building
you look
military. I mean, at least you're stronger. I'd be worried if you weren't.
I think we can undertake a common venture.
Why
Do
doesn't
you
he
agree?
like that?
How could you think the answer would be yes?
Because it gains us both free money?
How has this come to pass? How?
Oh. That's not good. Teal needs to be taken out before Brown can loot. Now, I'm sure Green, friend of everybody, has granted you open borders. How unfortunate. You're already here. Well, at least Purple and Brown will be at each other's throats. So actually, we don't want to stop that from happening. You know, if you seize that, then you got something to fight over. Slow each other down. While I just keep doing my stuff over here. Alright, there's districts here too. District? Oh, you got a lot of farmers' quarters. Well, well, well. We're not going to be settling this territory then. And we can afford both of these right now. I might even put it right there where the city was to begin with. Wasn't a bad spot at all. So each of our cities has an extra territory that we need to save up to attach. I'm trying to decide if there's a better spot for this. This is actually a really awkward region. There isn't really a reason to be over there. I mean, we want the rivers. And guess what? We'll have them by default. So. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to move this turn. Oh, actually, that gives you the outpost immediately because you're just putting it on a district that's already built. I like that idea. I mean, there's an argument for taking out that. Are any of the districts going to decay if I take a turn to do this? I don't know. That's the more defensible spot. Alright, fine. We'll play to the next turn so we can get that, so we don't forget what we were doing. I don't know if he was there before, but we don't want to be keeping our envoy too close to that. I feel like we were going over there to pick some leverage up, and then the leverage became a city. The people of Leverage Town. Does this count as his territory if I go over there? I don't know. Should go over there so I don't have to think about it. Alright, there's going to be warmongering going on by Urim here, so... we want to be in the vicinity. I think we're already in the vicinity. I mean, we could full on walk over there. Next turn. Yep. Brown has taken it. Purple, why were you being so cautious? You doomed yourself. Could have had it. Should have had it. So has anything been destroyed? No. So we get a lot of free districts, which will be very destructive to our stability. That'll be fun. How bad would that be? So I guess it's always worth keeping an eye on the independent peoples that are fading from the world. They provide high value. What's changed in the map before we call it? It's definitely going to be war over there. Maybe yellow will take advantage or go to war too. War for everybody. This brownie is running away. Well, I say that, you know, there's a couple other people who could go to Era 3. And I don't know how many stars they would already have earned. Somehow we still have a state religion there. Oh, I can just change that. I wasn't aware of that. I thought someone had to, like, ask you to change it. Yeah, they've got the majority now. We do have both, though. So I don't know what that affects. We don't really need to do it to improve diplomacy. So some of the others have already accepted them as a state religion. Interesting. So that'd give us faith we don't need. Oh, it gives you food in general on the main plazas. However, we currently have stability. I don't think we can afford to change this right now. We need to focus on stability next episode, because that's a crisis just about to blow up. We need to be proactive on that one. The embassy would help if we built that, but now it's going to take forever. The Wonder will help in this city. Probably just in that city. I got good money. We're not gonna go shopping right now, though. Our culture seems to be encroaching down there, so that's good. Somehow we're doing quite well with the culture, even though I haven't made any intent to do that. It's good, because it means we got our choice of civics and so on. And the warmonger is contained, civics-wise. The people do not want war. Okay. Zoroastrianism is spreading. I might actually end up eating Christianity here. Well, it doesn't really matter to us. It's too far away right now. We don't need to investigate that. I don't remember how this system works. We don't need to worry about it right now. Maybe we don't want spies because they can be detected. The envoys are just open about who they are. Trade. Sorry, anything up to the north is just internal trade networks. Stuff flow into the capital. So if I change the capital, would that make all of my trade more expensive? Probably. You're sending things through my territory to get back to yours. I don't know that I benefit from that at all. I imagine there are ways to benefit from it. Huh. So, I mean, am I doing a lot of trade versus what the other civs are doing? Not really, no. There's a lot going on over here. He's buying everything. I wonder if he'll pick a gold civ in the next era. That's a ton of trade going through there. I mean, Brown's doing a lot too, but not as much. How about the people who are actively playing peaceful? Yeah, sort of. No, over there. So I have a lot of trade routes. You have literally nothing going on. Mr. Peace over here, I mean, you're not even doing a lot. Huh. That's good to know. I mean, well, you're doing double what I'm doing. A lot. I forgot my numbers as I was scrolling around. Yeah, I'm in an awkward place because I'm not between civs. So I guess if you're playing the gold game, you really want to be between people. I mean, again, I don't know that having the trade just moving through your land does anything on its own. So, purple and green are the most significant traders. No, brown is too. Yeah, you're managing to keep good relations with most of the world. If they go to war, they're going to lose a bit of that. What's this 2? Or no, this 1. Something's unlocking in a turn. Fortunately, we have a lot of expanding we're doing at the moment. Oh. Yeah, that would actually help with the stability. And we could get influence depending on which religion we're part of. That's something to think about next time. Stability. I guess we're going to be building those commons quarters, huh? That's a good starting point. Or the fountain. Probably commons quarters, though. Till the next episode, this has been Kevin Outwit and me pecking my way through the game 1 week at a time. Goodbye, everyone. It saved that, right? Yeah, goodbye.